Welcome to AVP, Asia's Voice of Pickleball. I'm your host, Buddy, and today we're joined by the guys who are making big legacy brands. Very nervous.
Oh, yeah.
You like the intro, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Legacy brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday Pickleball took the US by storm with a simple but disruptive formula. Pro-grade Terraform paddles for under 100 USD by merging a Brooklyn business brain with a Kansas City comedy soul. I've created a brand that people actually like. Okay? Now they have their sights set on Asia. Founders, Scott and Isaac, thank you for making time to come on the AVP show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Couldn't
us.
be happy to be here.
Great intro.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I know, I worked really hard on that.
Probably the best intro we've ever had on a podcast. We've a legacy brand.
Us out with the first take.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay, let's go. So, we'll start with the first section, the Friday philosophy. So you guys merged two separate Friday companies instead of going to court. You're on court, right? So how did an abundance mindset set the tone for the brand's culture?
It's a good question. One of the things that makes pickleball so wonderful is that it's so social, it's so fun, and it's accessible. You don't have to be the most athletic person in the world to play pickleball or have a good time. And we wanted a brand that conveyed that message. We wanted a brand to be fun. So our first paddles were very bright, very colorful, and they were affordable. And you didn't have to break the bank to get a high quality paddle. And so that's kind of how our brand started. And, you know, we're almost 3 years old and we've tried to keep that our mission as we've evolved with the sport. You know, we're trying to make higher level paddles now that are still very affordable, still very fun, very bright. We just want everybody to be able to have the best equipment and have fun doing it.
That's a noble vision right there.
Yeah. And we also use like social media to push that too. And I think we convey that message of making pickleball very fun and social through the content that we put out.
Yeah.
Whether that's on YouTube or Instagram. And yeah, it's just been a lot of fun.
Perfect segue to my next question, which is content as currency. You guys are known as the funny guys of pickleball. In a sport that gets very elitist, why is humor your secret weapon for selling gear?
I think for myself, Scott, and Jake, we're all very competitive guys, but we're competitive because we love what we do. And so at the end of the day, we're having fun playing pickleball. And so we bring that to the court. And we always want to be laughing and smiling. And yeah, I think adding humor to it, when we first started this, there was no one else out there making pickleball content, let alone like comedy skits and that type of thing. And Jake, who was not able to join us on this trip, he has a background in comedy and like content creation and everything. And so, yeah, the three of us just decided to start putting out pickleball content. And essentially a lot of the first video ideas we had, and even still to this day, the ideas we have come from like our experiences on the court and just recognizing like funny things that happen on the court, because we like to play hard, but we also like to goof around a little bit on the court. So
okay. And so three of y'all were good friends for a long time before this whole
so we've known each other for quite a while. I met Jake, who's not here, about 11 years ago. We've been good friends for 11 years. And then we met Scott about 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Maybe six or 7 years ago. Sorry, it's just
one or the other.
We sponsor junior players, okay? And they always are just like 6, 7. So
my daughter's 6 years old, and she says that as well.
She's 6 or 7, you said?
She's 6, for sure. The funny guys of pickleball. And did y'all meet via pickleball?
So we met long before we started playing pickleball. We met playing rec basketball. One of Jake and I's really good friends was childhood friends with Scott, and he invited Scott to come play basketball with us because we needed a sub on our team, like our adult rec league team. And so Scott came, and we immediately just hit it off with Scott. We were like, Scott fits in perfectly. We love this guy. Let's play a bunch of sports with him. And he's very athletic. And then the three of us all got into pickleball together. And
I will say, I feel like our friendship was very much formed on the pickleball court. Because we started playing, like we played basketball together. And then March of 2020, when COVID happened, pickleball was like all we could do. And so we just played pickleball, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week together. And that's how I really got to know them. And so I would say that's really where our friendship took off.
Like Scott is one of my closest friends. Jake is one of my closest friends. We've always said from the beginning of this like Friday thing that our relationship as friends means more to us than like the business.
Yeah.
So we always keep that front of mind.
Yeah.
But
We love each
beauty
other.
of it now is that you can do both.
We can do
have the
both.
cake and eat it too.
That's right.
My coworkers are my best
Yeah,
friends.
it's
pretty
great.
awesome.
Awesome. Okay, so the next question, the Rachel effect. I don't want to butcher her name.
Rachel,
Let's
let's
see
hear
you
it.
try.
Yeah, you got it.
No, man.
No,
Okay.
come on.
Rohrabacher.
Rachel Rohrabacher.
You nailed it.
Nice.
You nailed it.
Awesome. World top 5. Okay, so you just signed Rachel Rohrabacher.
Rohrabacher.
There you go.
Okay, does that mean Friday is moving from beginner value to pro circuit dominance? Or are you trying to conquer multiple sectors?
Yeah, so I think that's kind of been a big misconception about Friday because we have very affordable prices
Yeah.
and we have these fun designs, is that these paddles aren't as good as other paddles that cost, 300 US dollars. But we make our paddles at a very similar cost to those companies, and we play pickleball at a high level ourselves. So that's always been important to us.
Yes.
And again, as we've evolved as a brand and as the sport has evolved, we've continued to push more towards that performance. So I think with signing Rachel, that's really kind of trying to show people that like, hey, we make top of the line paddles that pro players are using. Some of the best in the world are like, hey, this is a really good paddle.
Mm-hmm.
That was a large reason why Rachel signed with us, is because she absolutely
believed in it
loved
as
the
well.
paddle. Yeah.
Yeah.
She believed in us, but she really just loved the paddle. And she's amazing. She fits in perfectly with the rest of us. And so we're super excited to have her on the brand or on the team. And yeah, we're getting ready to launch the new Gen 4 Friday paddle, the Aura and Aura
Okay.
Pro, two
That's the one like you've been touring Malaysia. Letting people try out, right?
two Gen 4 paddles that play a little bit differently. And we've got some new designs that look a little bit more performance driven. So yeah, we're trying to definitely get more into that market and prove to people and show people that like, hey, we make some of the best paddles on the market.
Mhm.
We just sell them for less. We're making less money.
Yeah,
It's essentially what it means.
Simple, yeah.
We're making less margins, but we've introduced some new tech in those paddles that nobody else is doing. So yeah.
I think that's super refreshing. I think it's a shame that people are like questioning like, hey, is it a quality difference? But the reality is that you are cutting your margins. So it's not like fat profit. Instead, let's make it affordable for everyone to have a top quality paddle.
Yeah.
That's like,
That is exactly right.
Get in their hands.
Yeah.
So you've achieved, well, I've got it written down here, over 100,000 customers. How do you keep small, scrappy startup feel while scaling at this massive speed? I mean, how old is the brand? Is it 3 years?
About to turn 3.
We're
the big
about,
3.
about to be 3, and we are very much a small team. It's very much a startup still. There's 5 of us on the team.
Yeah.
And we really try to connect with our customers. Like, one of our missions this year is getting out and being with our customers and traveling more. Here we are. And so
They rolled in with suitcases to each of that event. It's like like selling stuff out of your car boot. Almost.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
hey guys, this is what we have. And
Yeah.
they're like, I think it's really nice. I could see them connecting with the fans, explaining it in person. How often do you get founders talking to you about their passion and the technology that went into each paddle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
for us, it's really important to connect with our customers. And so we have a lot of ways that we do that, whether it's our email list or our text list, or we have a Discord. I'm not sure if that's a familiar.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
But we always try to make sure that they feel like they're a part of our team as well. They're an extension of our team. And we hope that fosters brand loyalty with them.
The question is, which out of you do you have kind of more social roles that like maybe some of you enjoy more of the on-court kind of experience or the connecting with fans?
Yeah, good question. So initially when we started, myself, Jake, and Scott, we were very much so doing mainly like social media stuff and connecting with the fans. And that is still a large part of our role. But as we've evolved and grown, we're taking on, more responsibilities. We have 2 other guys that are on the team that are brilliant, and they handle a lot of the logistics of the business and behind the scenes stuff. But Scott right here runs customer service. So
I'm a one-man customer service.
So we all, collectively do a lot together, whether it's on the social side or on the business side. But one thing that, we've said from the beginning, our CEO actually told us this was a lot of brands like to boast and try to prove their success by saying how many investors they have and how many employees they have.
Yeah.
And really that just means that's money going out the door, right? You're paying a bunch of people with the money that you're making. And so we've tried to keep our team as small as we can and do as much as we can with still growing. But as we are starting to grow, some of those things eventually have to happen, right? Where we have to expand our team. And that's what started to happen this year. Scott just quit his daytime job.
All in, man.
Yeah.
And is all in on Friday. And I'm starting full time as well.
Pickleball paddles are putting food on my table now.
That's right. That's right. So
These guys living the American dream.
yes,
Selling paddles,
kinda.
suitcases.
we are. Yeah.
Halfway across the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we jump into our next section, which is the US experience versus the Malaysian opportunity and Asia as well. Data shows Malaysia is projected for a 410% increase in DUPR players this year. We are very kiasu. I don't know if you've heard of this word. So kiasu is like really competitive.
Yeah.
So everyone cares about their duper rating, like a badge of honor. So everyone's like, oh man, that guy's like a 4.0. In Malaysia, that's very high already.
Yeah.
Some 4.0s are nice. They play socially, and some of them are like, nah, like I don't want to play with low level. And I think that might happen all around the world. But I think that kind of goes against like pickleball culture, like a sense of community and get everyone connected. Okay, back to the question. So from a founder's perspective, does Malaysia feel like the US gold rush from 3 years ago?
It might be more of a gold rush.
It is more of a gold rush. Yeah.
I mean, the US, like around 2020, 2021, it was, exponential growth for pickleball. And here, like before we came here, we heard, pickleball's, getting really big in Malaysia. Okay, well, what does that mean? When we get here, and I mean, we've been here 3 days and we're blown away by truly how crazy people are for pickleball here. Facilities are everywhere. I mean, we're driving on the roads and I'm not even looking for pickleball facilities and I'll see a sign, so-and-so's pickleball facility. We've been to, I think, 8 or 9 different facilities here. And I mean, that's 1% of the facilities.
Crazy.
And you can tell the people love it. You can tell they want to get better. I was stunned by how many people knew who we are here. Like a lot of people that actually watched our content, which is great to know we have
they
fans
came up,
here.
autographs, pictures.
Yeah. So
you guys are like rock stars here.
It's awesome.
It's been crazy. We did not expect that. We expected maybe a select few people to know us, but we have been blown away by the support of everyone here. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I will say, people are getting good here. You can tell they have a different background, whether it's like badminton or ping pong or whatever. I have learned not to lob here because the overheads are very good.
Overheads get smashed.
So you actually, like early on in a couple of points, you'll identify which racket sport background and you adjust your game according to that actually.
You can see, there's a few tells, like as soon as I saw Melvin hit an overhead, I was like, okay, well, he played badminton.
Yeah.
And he told us later he was like a top national player. I was like, well, that checks out.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, we jump to the next question, which is called cultural differences. So US growth was driven by seniors. Malaysia's growth is led by Gen Z and millennials. Does Friday's vibrant, edgy branding fit the younger Malaysian demographic, you feel?
Yeah, I would say so. I think that as we've continued to grow, especially, through our YouTube channel, our crowd has started to get younger and younger. And even just walking around, we went to the Miami Pickleball Club event at Tomas, and we had a lot of younger kids coming up to us that recognize us, that watch our videos. And so I think our brand definitely resonates with the younger generation because even though we're a little bit older than the kids these days, we act
he's referencing me when he says that.
Yeah. But he's a kid at heart. We're all kids at heart. I'm young, I'm 25, but we're kids at heart. And so, I think it does resonate here.
What's your specific go-to-market strategy for Malaysia? Are you looking for local distributors or are you staying purely with direct-to-customer strategies?
It's top secret, buddy. I'm just kidding. I think we do want to find some strategic partners here, whether that's like one distributor that can sell to all the retail shops or a couple of them. But we want to form good, strong relationships with a couple great facilities and folks here that can help us represent our brand and get the paddles into people's hands. So we've loved every facility we've been to. We've met awesome facility owners, people like yourself that work in facilities. And so that's kind of our strategy, is finding good strategic partners, developing a really strong relationship with them. And then I think hopefully some of this content that we filmed here in Malaysia will help us connect more to Malaysian customers and Malaysian people.
Yeah.
You already have a second trip planned?
Very excited. We literally have been texting today. Initially, we were like, yeah, let's come back in like 6 months or whatever. And Matt, who is our CEO, he's not here. He's actually running around to a bunch of different retailers in the city right now
you tomorrow
because
as well?
we're so busy. Yeah. But he texted earlier and he was like, guys, I think we have to come back in 8 weeks.
You know, when you can laugh at the message. I just laugh.
Yeah.
I was like,
so we're like, all right, we're coming back very soon. Yeah, we love it here.
I think a lot of like international pros as well, like in Southeast Asia, Australians and all. Like everyone who comes to Malaysia, generally they have a great experience, Malaysian hospitality and all that. A lot of them actually decide to stay here and train here because in Malaysia, it's just booming. In Asia, it's booming, of course, but in Vietnam and Malaysia especially, like the growth has been exponential.
Yeah, big time.
I think you guys can see the data as well. I think big business opportunities over here.
Yeah. I mean, we've noticed it just being around at different facilities, how many people are playing and the passion that people have for the sports. You can tell it's still, fairly new here. And so people are still like learning all like the pickleball techniques that are a little bit different from other racket sports. And yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. So Malaysia is building mall courts and converting badminton halls. How do you feel a brand like Friday supports physical growth in these new clubs and sectors?
Yeah, I think that we are looking, again, like Scott was saying, to be able to get into like
the right facility,
pro shops of facilities, just so the everyday player can walk in and see our paddles. And
want to see Fridays up on the wall.
Yeah, we want to see Fridays on the walls. And hopefully facilities, we are able to build some relationships with those facilities where they have demo paddles for people to be able to try out. So if beginners come in to a new facility, they're able to grab a Friday off the wall and test it out and then purchase one there, would be ideal. So we've talked to a handful of different facilities about that. And I'm not surprised there's more opening up, but do you guys need more? I mean, they're every corner, every turn you take, there's a facility.
Oof.
It's crazy.
There's a lot. There's a lot of facilities. There's a lot of players as well. Might be reaching a slight saturation point in terms of number of facilities. So definitely the facilities, anyone thinking to open up a facility, like think long and hard what your USP is, your location, and like give the fans what they want, kind of a lifestyle element. Okay, so we'll take a quick break here. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about penetrating the Asian markets. Hey, Pikachu 361 fans, I've got a recommendation for you. We all know footwear is such an important part of our gameplay, and the Squares XRZ has got my feet covered. It gives me faster movement, steady play, smart traction with NRG cushioning. You can get them at the My Pickleball store at the Strand Mall, or of course online at My Pickleball. For our fans, we have promo codes that will be shown on screen. It's available for a limited time only. Get yours today. Next, we're talking about penetrating the Asian market. Something he's excited about, obviously. That's why he's back. That's why he's back in 8 weeks.
Can't wait to penetrate the Asian market, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's why he's back in 8 weeks.
Okay, the counterfeit challenge. So Asia's a lot of generic white label paddles. So how do you position Friday as a trusted brand rather than another cheaper?
It's a great question. I think a lot of it starts with kind of what we're doing right now as we're here, being in Malaysia and being on your podcast and being in videos, and just getting more people in the country familiar with us and familiar with the brands so that they recognize us and see that, all of a sudden Friday is starting to sell paddles in Malaysia. I think that will be very beneficial. And so we've already started to like talk about like, okay, how do we grow our social media audience internationally and have more fans that are in Asia and in Malaysia, because I think that will really help sell paddles in this area.
Do you think you might go into like tournaments? Like, will you see a Friday Pickleball Open, or maybe like a pro intermediate bridge where like you signed US pros? Are you looking to sign a Malaysian or Asian pro to add to the roster? Or
I think it would be really fun to have an Asian pro on our team. I think that's part of the reason we're out here is meeting people and players, and we come across somebody we really like and want to invest in. I think we absolutely would do that.
That'd be great.
A good representative of the brand.
Okay, you heard that here, guys. Like, if you're aspiring Asian pro, slide into their DM.
Yeah, hit us
Say
up.
hello, and if you see them around on any of the courts, you could be the next Friday ambassador.
Yeah.
Could be the first sponsored Asian player
Yeah.
Ooh,
by Friday.
by Friday. That's really penetrating the market. Okay. The biggest hurdle for US brands in Asia is shipping. So how do you plan to make Friday paddles as accessible for players in KL and Malaysia?
Yeah, I think one thing that's nice is our paddles are made in Asia, so it's easier to ship them directly here. But that kind of goes back to what I mentioned as well, is like we want to find the right distributor partner that where it's very easy for us to work with them to get shipments in and then get shipments in the hands of customers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the main goal is just shipping directly from our factory here, and then using our distributor to get it in the hands of players.
Nice. And obviously, both of you would have taken a very, very active role in developing the paddle.
Yeah.
Could you explain a little bit about the process and the journey to get to the latest version?
Oh boy, it has been a long journey. It is.
Yeah.
This has been exactly that. We started developing this paddle about 7 months ago. And over that course of 7 months, we have gone through probably 80 different prototypes just to develop 2 different paddles. So these are Gen 4 paddles, all foam cores. The Aura has 4 foams in it. So it's got an EVA foam that starts, it's kind of like a horseshoe shape. It goes around the edge, kind of like a Gen 3 paddle would. And then the core is an EPP foam. And then we've got 2 little corners of ACF foam, which is artificial cartilage foam.
That's a new one.
It is very new. And then it's got like the traditional foam that's in the edge guard as well.
Okay.
But then something that we're doing that no other company is doing, and we have a patent that is pending on this, is we have a thin strip of rubber that goes in between the EVA and the EPP. And essentially what this does is adds a little bit of perimeter weighting and makes the sweet spot a lot bigger. And so people are able to buy this thing, pull it out of the box, and immediately start playing with it and not feel like they have to customize it and add a lot of weight.
Yeah.
You know, for players that aren't aware that maybe adding weight helps make a paddle better, you won't necessarily need that with this paddle. Now, of course, adding weight will increase any given paddle out there, as it will ours. But yeah, I mean, it has been quite a process. And talk about the Aura Pro.
Yeah, the other paddle we developed is called the Aura Pro. It has been very well received in Malaysia.
Yes, they love it.
This paddle is actually very unique. It starts with it's a carbon blow molded frame.
Yeah.
So they inject gas into it and they thermoform it, and it turns into this super light but extremely durable frame. It's like 36 grams or something, and you can like tomahawk it on the ground and it doesn't break.
I don't do that though.
Yeah.
It's affordable, but don't do that.
But then inside that frame goes EPP foam, the rubber, and then an EVA foam all the way around the paddle. So it's kind of that full floating core, and it has a very distinct sound. It's loud and it hits really hard, which a lot of people enjoy.
Like, right? They associate that with power.
Exactly.
But the whole process, like Isaac said, we went through probably 80 prototypes, and it started off like very broad. Like, do we like this paddle at all? Do we not? And so ones that we hit a few balls with and could immediately tell we don't like this, like we're not going to waste any time on that.
Yeah.
And so eventually we kind of started to funnel it down to like a couple different constructions that we really liked. And from there, it was just fine tuning things like how thick the foam should be, what should the face layout be, the shapes, things like that. And so it was really, really getting down to the details and figuring out what is going to make this paddle the absolute best. And we're super proud with how the two paddles turned out.
It's a lot of back and forth with our manufacturer, right? We get a batch of new samples, we test them out, and we're like, okay, we need to make some small tweaks to this, like Scott said. We relay that back to our manufacturer, kind of tell them what to tweak, and then get a new batch and just do that. What feels like a million times. By the end of it, we were sick of hitting prototypes. We're like, we can't hit any more prototypes. But yeah, we are thrilled with the 2 paddles that we launched. We have one that kind of fits anyone's game, right? The Aura is kind of a first of its kind Gen 4 paddle. Again, all foam core, so it's very durable, but it plays a little bit softer, has a lot of dwell, but still generates a lot of power. So I would say it's an all-court paddle that leans towards the power side. And then the Aura Pro is for people that really like to bang. It's very, very springy. It has that loud sound to it and really pops off the face. So we're really, really excited about both of them.
I think when fans hear about this and how passionate you are about describing it and all that technology and thought that went into it, everyone needs to demo it and see if it's the right paddle.
Again,
for you.
We are Friday. They're accessible. The prices are not crazy, but a ton of work goes into developing these paddles. And again, that just goes to show that there's no reason a paddle needs to cost like 330 USD. But yeah, we're super excited about them.
Okay,
They're
awesome.
good paddles.
Yeah, and I guess I'm sure even though you guys head out, I guess maybe some of the facilities might have demos, and then reach out. They'll tell you where you could go in KL to get your hands on a demo, try it out, and see where it goes from there. So there are a lot of paddle brands that end up doing a special Asian version, a special colorway. I can see them nodding already. So is there something in the works?
Let us look.
Yeah, let's go.
We have a very, very talented designer on our team who designs all of our paddles. His name is Andre. He does fantastic work. As you guys know, with our paddles, we have designs that are very fun and cool. And as soon as we got here, we immediately were like, Andre, we need it to work. We needed a limited edition Asian drop. And so we are going to be putting together a very cool, beautiful paddle. It's almost going to be a paddle that doesn't even want to be played with because it's going to be so gorgeous. But yeah, we're excited.
Okay, so when might we get wind of this?
I mean, hopefully this summer.
Okay.
I think.
Also, let us have a few.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do some giveaway or something on.
We'll have some
on
limited
361.
edition Auras and Aura Pro colorways. This summer.
Okay. We're looking forward to it. So many experts say that 50% of paddle brands will die in the next 2 years. Will Friday be one of the survivors, and how are you going to stay out on top?
I absolutely believe we're going to be a survivor. I think our mission of providing top quality gear at affordable prices resonates with a lot of people. And I think hopefully we have fostered a lot of brand loyalty through our content and engaging with our fans and customers. I think that connection is hopefully what will propel our brand forward and give us the staying power to not be one of those brands that falls to the wayside.
Okay.
Yeah, I really love this question because I think it is very true. And we've seen that in other sports. I don't know if do people golf here? A lot of golfers?
Yeah.
So you saw that with golf a long time ago. There used to be tons and tons of golf club brands. And now there's really like maybe 10 brands where any golfer has one of these 10 different brands, right? There are so many different pickleball brands out there currently. And so I think we will eventually see that. But again, like Scott was saying, we feel very confident in the position that we're at with being able to stick around as one of those brands because of our content and how we connect with the community. And then also the paddle innovation and all of that. So yeah, we're excited and we definitely are very confident that Friday is going to be around for a long time.
All right, man. I love that confidence. We here, everyone in Malaysia and Pickle 361 we're rooting for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Want to make sure to see you guys do really well and not have to go back to your day jobs.
Please no.
Okay, if you had to bet on one country in Asia to be the next pickleball capital of Asia, are you putting your money on Malaysia?
Yep. Where's my wallet? Yep. Put it on there. You got ring it? You got $100? All of it.
That's not money in Malaysia, man. That's like 400 ringgit.
I'm putting it on right now.
I'll keep that, by the way.
Honestly, I truly think like even if we were in Vietnam on a podcast right now, I would probably still say Malaysia. So it's not just because we're in Malaysia talking to you. I truly think that this could be the.
So why do you think Malaysia over Vietnam?
Well, I just think Malaysia is so unique in the sense that like pickleball is a very Americanized sport so far, and a lot of the top brands are American brands. And being here in Asia and being able to communicate and speak English, I think gives Malaysia a huge advantage. Like doing what we did the last 3 days here in a country that doesn't speak English would be very challenging. And so I think that gives Malaysia a big leg up, is the fact that you guys all speak English, and it's easier for companies to do things like this and establish their brands here.
Okay, nice.
And Scott's been to Vietnam a ton, so he knows, in all the other countries.
Yeah,
he hasn't been.
Time.
I got the chance to go to Vietnam last year, and they are also crazy about pickleball. And obviously, pickleball started in the States, but people love it here, and they're taking over. So I definitely think if there isn't already, there's going to be more players here than there are in the States. There's so many more people, obviously. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. I think Malaysia's in a really good spot right now, but I know India has tons and tons of players, and also many, many people. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, and then China as well. But yeah, I think Malaysia's in a great spot, and there are tons and tons of facilities here, and they have been full when we've been. I think one thing that I've noticed here in Malaysia, compared to the States with facilities, is that the courts, even if the facility has 10 courts, the courts have plenty of room on the sidelines, on the baselines, whereas I feel like a lot of courts in the States, you're like standing against a wall as you're trying to hit a return, or it's impossible to hit an ATP because they're very congested. So
in Malaysia, initially there was a boom where all kinds of courts had opened up, but obviously some of those were kind of stingy with the spacing. They have probably closed down by now.
Yeah.
So the ones that survived are usually like built by players for players. So they know the experience that people are looking for.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so last question before we do our quick fire round, which is what's the biggest fear you have expanding internationally, and how are you tackling that?
I think the biggest, and I don't know if it's fear, but I think it's challenge, is just all the logistics of it. Starting with communication to shipping to distribution to retail. And so sometimes when we get out here and I see so many other like smaller brands paddles already here, I'm like, now how did they get here already? What are we doing, or what are we not doing that they were? So I think just figuring out the logistics of all of it is a little challenging. But that's a challenge that we're excited to take on. Because now we have the resources to do it. We have enough guys giving their full attention to this. And so I think that'll be, once we get over that hurdle, I think it'll be fantastic.
All right. Okay. We're ready. We're ready for the expansion. Okay. So next section.
Ready to penetrate Asia.
Oh man, he's ready. He is balls deep, man. Okay, let's go.
Today's AVP podcast is powered by Aeronex, your go-to for high-performance paddles and gear that elevate your game. Experience the Aeronex KVL 003 Kevlar paddle, built for power, control, and that premium feel every player wants. Paired with the X5 tournament ball, made for consistency, true flight, and tournament-grade durability. Own your game with Aeronex. Shop now at aeronex.my.
So next is we call it kitchen fire round. So it's just quicker answers, one sentence, doesn't have to be one word, off the top of your head. Okay, best Malaysian dish you've tried.
I don't know the names of them.
And we ate at this place last night. It was like some sort of noodles with like cuttlefish. Cuttlefish. Okay. It was spicy.
Spicy? Like black colored kind of noodles?
No.
Red?
No, it was like tan colored noodles.
Okay.
I would say our whole meal last night, we ate at like a Penang style restaurant. That whole meal was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Penang food. Can't go wrong with Penang food.
Yes.
Okay. What is the one Friday? What's the one Friday paddle if you had to use it for the rest of your life? What would it be? Would it be the latest one or something previous?
The Aura.
Yeah.
But I also love our Fever 102.
Ooh,
yeah.
Throwback to Fever 102.
Fever 102 is what Rachel's using in PPA now. Yeah.
It's an elevated Gen 3 paddle.
Yeah, I would say same as Isaac.
Okay. Next one is morning training or Friday night lights.
Friday Night Lights.
I love playing in the morning. I tell you what,
Okay.
because it gets me to bed early and it gets me out of bed in the morning. I love waking up and the first thing I do is go play pickleball.
I'm just terrible in the morning.
Okay. Best piece of advice for any Malaysian entrepreneur starting a new brand within pickleball. Obviously not a paddle brand, but some other brand.
Find your niche.
Find your niche.
Be different.
Yeah, I would just say find what makes you different and then stick to it and never
Consistency.
lose that identity. Yep.
Okay.
Relentless consistency.
Yes.
That's consistency. Look at this guy, man. Like motivational speaker right here.
Isaac's TED Talk.
Singles or doubles?
Doubles.
Okay,
Doubles.
mixed doubles or men's doubles?
Men's
Men's
doubles.
doubles.
Oh, all day, huh?
I haven't played enough mixed. I love women though.
Yeah. Asian
I
women.
don't say it.
Asian women.
Yeah, hey.
You know what? Let's
He's
just quick-
single.
Okay, yeah,
I
good.
am.
Hey, he's single, man. He's on a mission to
Hit me up
penetrate
on
the
IG.
Asian market.
Hit me up.
Okay, hardest part about working with your friends.
Telling them when they're wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, having different opinions. I don't know if we've ever told
doesn't-
someone
yeah,
that
yeah.
we're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different
He
opinions.
doesn't
but, like,
relate because he's never wrong, right?
Yeah. No,
I don't relate because I've never had to tell Scott he's wrong because he's always right.
I am
look at
always
these
right.
guys, man.
That is a fact.
Best friends of the year.
That is a fact.
Okay. What's that one? Which pro athlete you wish you signed first?
Rachel Rohrabacher.
Rachel Rohrabacher.
Look at these guys. My God, living the dream. This guy's so good.
Easy question.
Okay, if you could turn back time, start at the beginning, what would you have done differently?
Nothing.
About Friday?
Yeah.
That's a really tough question
Yeah,
because
that
we
is a
just feel
tough
so
question.
grateful for this whole journey. I think one thing that comes to my mind is starting to kind of change our brand perception from like beginner to performance a little bit
Yeah.
quicker,
Yeah.
but still having that fun side to it where people know that like, yeah, Friday's got this like fun vibe to them and they make the sport fun and entertaining, but it's also very performance driven.
Yeah.
I wish we would have done that a little sooner.
Little sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you had to start somewhere and it was a journey.
Very
Yeah.
grateful for the journey and yeah, just thankful.
Okay. Final question for you guys. What do you hope for Friday to achieve in the next 5 years in Asia?
I mean, I would love to see us in every country in Asia, along with every other brand that's, already there. Like I said, I want to see Fridays on the walls.
Yeah.
And I want to see, well, not on the walls. I want to see Fridays in people's hands.
Yeah,
There you go.
I want to see them on court. And I just hope like we have a wonderful customer base in the United States. I love interacting with all of our customers because I get to do that as part of like doing customer service. And so I just hope that we can have that same thing here in Asia where we have customers that love us, that love our brand and love our paddles.
Okay. Love the passion, guys.
Yeah.
Love
I would
it.
echo exactly what Scott said.
Okay.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
thank you so much for being so transparent, sharing with us the whole journey and insight into everything you put into this brand, the blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh,
It's
thank you, man. Are you kidding me? This is amazing.
Yeah, thank
It's
you
been
for
such
having
a
us.
cool experience and just thankful for the opportunity to be here. And yeah, thanks for having us.
all
It's been a
right.
blast.
Yeah, we're gonna see
We
you
love
guys.
Malaysia.
Yeah,
We love it.
we gotta get these guys back. Okay, we'll definitely get them,
Absolutely.
play with them on courts. We'll do more interviews. We'll do more. Maybe we do a Pickle 361 demo paddle, big massive one the next time we're in
Yeah.
town for all the fans. I think after they see this content, they kind of understand a bit more about this is not your average paddle. A lot of thought went into it.
Yeah.
Let's get more people playing with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Be on the lookout. We're going to be bringing Rachel Rohrabacher and Kyle Kazuda to
Ooh.
Malaysia this year. So we'll be promoting it soon.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for Friday. So Friday Pickles for making the time to be here. Thank you, our sponsors. Pickle 361 as our main venue sponsor. My Pickleball for always supporting our channel. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank
We'll see you
you.
real soon.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
buddy.
So much fun.